Do you think I joke too much about suicide?
Hello and welcome to Before We Break Up Again with me, Alfie Brown, and her, Jessie Cave. This week, a little sneak preview into what the episode entails from Jessie's query. But we've got lots coming up on the agenda today.
Got a phone call.
I know, I've got a phone call. What's on the agenda today on the podcast?
We talk about motherhood.
Yes.
And my attachment anxiety and the change in our lives going on right now. And you're very insightful as usual. You talk a bit too much at one point, but it was quite eloquent.
There is one moment where I talk for a long time. Come and see us in Edinburgh. Jessie for the first week. She's only working in progress. There's a link below. I am doing my show, alfiebrowntour.com. There's a link beneath. And I'm in The Observer.
No.
Okay.
Oh, you are.
I am in The Observer.
Nice.
And it's very nice. No.
No, we're doing a live podcast in Edinburgh.
We're doing a live podcast in Edinburgh, and it's on sale, and there's a link below. Join our Patreon, patreon.com/braveclown. That's everything. That is everything. Enjoy the episode.
Oh, no, I need to get my book.
Oh, no, she needs to get her book. It's just there. That's a relief, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So you've mapped out something of an agenda for us, or at least an idea for this podcast.
That's your water bottle, so keep it on your side. Well, no, not really. I just thought it was quite an interesting paragraph to read.
You're reading a book called Motherhood. Mm-hmm. What made you want to read that?
Somebody I like on Substack recommended it.
It's a joke. It's called Motherhood. I think it's quite clear what made you want to read that. I was just joking. It's by Sheila Hetty.
It's about the decision of whether to have kids or not.
Would you like me to read the back?
Yeah, go for it.
Whether I want kids is a secret I keep from myself. It is the greatest secret I keep from myself. That's a sort of small bit passage from the book. Not even a passage, is it? The actual back of the book is, having reached her late 30s, a woman considers whether or not to become a mother. Over the course of several years, casting among the influence of her partner, family, mysticism, and her own body, she struggles to make a moral and meaningful choice. Intimate and provocative, motherhood is a truly original meditation on time, femininity, and the obligation to procreate. Discuss.
I think it's more interesting just to first of all dissect what's going on in our lives right now and why I'm interested in this book rather than just immediately go into the book.
Absolutely. What is going on in our lives right now?
We're in a very interesting moment because we have our oldest son at home and our youngest son at home. Mm. It's almost the end of the school year, Edinburgh Festival, and in September we have a new start with them all being at school. And this week in particular, it's been quite, I would say, I know I use the word traumatic too much.
Yeah.
But I have found myself at moments feeling like I could just break in half with pain.
And what is causing the pain?
So we had to take our oldest to his induction day at his high school.
He was being induced.
And all of these parents crowded around the gates in the morning waving their kids off. And I couldn't tell if I wanted to really analyse everyone's face and body language just to see if they were in as much pain as I was. I think they were. A lot of pride as well, because they were so proud of their kids going to secondary school and waving them off. But I was holding Becca, our youngest, who doesn't like any attention not being on him. And obviously this moment was on Donnie. So he really made them, as much noise as he could in this line. There was no need for me to wait either because he had already gone in, but I wanted to watch him until I couldn't see him anymore because I knew that this was a big moment. And at that, Becca decided to start singing Booby, Booby, Booby.
Yeah, to the tune of
Ruby, Ruby, Ruby.
by the Kaiser Chiefs.
Obviously, yeah.
Already he's managed to attain that level of stand-up comedy, musical stand-up comedy, whereby you take a popular song and change the lyrics to be something slightly different for comedy purpose. I mean, like during the early 90s, my dad was a writer on Spitting Image and changed the words to the leader of the pack to the leader of Iraq about Saddam Hussein. And there were other ones as well. So
is that that's why he went for the leader of the Shangri-La one?
the leader of Iraq.
The leader
Yeah.
of the pack. I
Yeah.
love that song.
Well, you'd have loved the leader of Iraq.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear all of those songs.
Yeah, they're all. I think my favourite one is let's blow the whole world up. I'm not sure what
What's
the
that too?
real song is.
Oh, okay. Okay. My favourite song of your dad's is the one from Tony. Let's fill the world with fucking assholes. What's that one?
No, that's not it.
What is it?
It's the whole wide world is full of assholes.
Assholes.
Yeah, from Tony.
That's really good. A musical on Tony Blair.
Rock opera. Carry on.
So he kept singing booby, booby, booby.
Booby, 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 booby.
And he hasn't, pre-boob job, his hand was constantly down my top, in the middle, as he likes to say, to justify it. So not on the boob, but in the middle of the boob. And since the boob job, I had to quickly say, you know, you can't do that anymore. It's too much. It's too painful. And very quickly he stopped. And that was probably a good thing, given that he's 4. But weirdly, as I was watching Donnie go off to his, you know, on first steps on his next journey of being a adolescent and being at secondary school, Becca decided to bring back the boob thing and pretend that he was a baby as Donnie was being led away. And I don't know, maybe he sensed it. Maybe he sensed that I needed a baby in that moment. And so he kept saying, I'll just do it in the middle. I'll just do it in the middle. And so I was like, I'm just watching Donnie. I'm just watching. And his hand was down my top. It does still hurt. My boobs hurt a lot, but I didn't mind. And I was just kind of in so much pain.
Emotional
And physical as he was in my top as Donnie was being led away. And it was just so brutal.
But what I don't understand is, why is it more emotional for you to see your eldest son start secondary school? Like, I get when Becca goes to school, he will be, the shift will be from he is at home with us all the time to he is at school all the time. There's very little practical difference between our eldest being at school all day at a primary school and being at a secondary school. So why is it such a big emotional step for you?
Because I think of secondary school as the start of independence and secrets, and you just don't know what's going on. He's going to walk to school on his own. He's going to have his own life. He's going to have his own timetable. The school, to be fair, were very good yesterday about saying to us, like, we really want to include the parents. And I think a lot of mistakes happen with schools because parents assume that they don't need to know about homework or...
Yeah, I don't need to know.
But at secondary school, a lot of parents just think the job is kind of done, whereas it's such a crucial part in their development. And I really hope it's a school that includes the parents more. But I know from my experience at secondary school, my parents didn't know anything that's going on.
Yeah, there's a balance to be struck. And I think being constant need to assistant manage the child's education situation from the home is over the top. And there is, you should know what's going on and know if they've got homework to do. But beyond that, the need to be across every detail. They need this independence. They need their secrets. They need their other life. They need their other identity. They need to grow within the framework of a sort of more or less social environment for them rather than a family environment, and learn what it is to compromise with people who aren't members of their family, and learn how to navigate friendships and maybe how to navigate people you dislike a little bit. And I think that separation is part of the movement away from the family. It's a good thing.
I agree, but doesn't mean I don't find it painful.
Yeah.
This also, I found it really interesting that the teacher said last night about AI, and how one parent asked a question about whether more of the homework, whether it was done on paper or computer.
Yeah.
And he said, well, we're trying to move away from computer because all the kids are just using AI for their answers. And I just thought there must be so many, a couple of years ago when AI was, coming into more mainstream use, teachers must have just really lost loads of, kids must have got away with a lot before teachers were more clued up on AI use.
Yeah, I suppose when you first did it, you would have sent an essay back and the essay would have started, wow, great essay question. Here's 5 ways to answer it quickly. And it would have been very easy to tell who was using AI. But now you could feed one of your own essays into AI and say, in my writing style, construct me an essay based on, with no fucking bullshit, like avoid.
Oh my God, how are they going to avoid that? Kids are just going to use AI for all
with
their
more
homework.
writing by hand, hopefully. Because if there's no point in a school system that doesn't help you avoid the awful, like, otherwise the whole thing just becomes pointless. It becomes pointless for the teachers, pointless for the students, and everybody's just wasting their time, except Claude. Claude is the only one who's getting anything out of it. So you have to set it on paper. And I think there's a different.
But how are they going to control the paper? They're going to still have access to a computer at home.
Yeah, but I think if you did get AI to write you an essay and then you had to copy it out by hand, at least you'd be engaging with the text. And also that would probably be so arduous that you'd prefer to write it yourself. There's a big bit of resistance in the way of writing by hand, that even if you did get AI to do it, you'd still have to be copying it out and thinking about it. And like, one of the best ways and I did this very, very briefly, but it's quite a good thing to do to learn how to understand the news. When I wanted to understand the news before I sort of decided that I didn't need to, I would get newspaper articles and then I would read them and then write them out again in my own words or in verse, because writing it out helps you understand. It means that it goes in to your brain and you help. You understand it more. So I don't think them writing it out is the worst thing in the world. I mean, you'd mindlessly do it, but I'm not sure people would.
Well, in a way, even though I've only done the homeschooling for a month with Donnie, it's been really good just to see what he takes in and digests. And it is the smallest amount of intense work that's all that you need. And so whenever we've done something, I mean, I could have used AI the whole time and I haven't used it once. And maybe it would have been better if I had, but we've just been doing really simple tasks about, say, Frankenstein. And then I said, okay, right, just write down what you understood from that bit. And even if you do handwriting for 5 minutes, it's a struggle. It's hard. And when we do the morning pages and he has to write nonstop for 12 minutes, at the end, he's exhausted.
I think writing by hand, I've just restarted doing it. I've got some legal pads and some pencils. And the thing about writing by hand that I find very aggravating is because I quite often miss out words, I misspell words. In the rush of writing, there, and there are all absolutely interchangeable with no respect for grammar whatsoever. Whereas typing, it'll often change it for you. But also, it's a mistake that, given a second to focus on what I was doing, I wouldn't make. But in free flow, the theirs are all fucked. They're all over the place. I-E, E-R, T-H-E-R-E. It's like, whatever.
Yeah. But when you have the little squiggle under it on the computer, you feel compelled to correct it, and then you lose time.
Yeah, but also if I'm painstaking, if I'm writing somebody a letter, I won't get it wrong because I'll be thinking more about communicating than just getting whatever is in me out. So I like having the rubber, basically, is what I mean.
Yeah, and you ordered some nice black rubbers, didn't you?
I'd ordered some nice black rubbers.
You let me have one.
I let you have one, and I bought my pencil sharpener. Is a stunning bit of kit.
My favourite thing I've ever owned is that electric pencil sharpener. I want to get it again.
Oh, where you put your thing in, and I get to. I find them scary.
Why are you worried about your fingers?
I think I'm like, you know how it's scary to stand on the edge of a train platform because you're worried that you might jump in.
Oh yeah.
But you don't.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah,
gets that.
yeah.
I think it's the same thing with that.
Can't stop me. Yeah.
I'm worried with the pencil sharpener that I'm going to put my finger in it.
Yeah. I get that.
Or my dick. I can't fit my dick in there. But
luckily wouldn't fit in. Thankfully wouldn't fit in.
Yeah.
It's been really interesting for me in the last month just working out what he's interested in and it's kind of led me to think about what I'm interested in too.
Mm-hmm.
And the value in writing for the sake of writing rather than, oh, this should be a Substack or this should be an essay or this should be an Instagram post or this should be an idea for a show. Or like just writing crap for 15 minutes is so good for your brain to just archive your thoughts. And he doesn't know this, but I read back his morning pages this morning.
Is that a betrayal of his trust?
No, because he doesn't give a shit. But
Okay.
it's just incredibly sweet looking back. And this morning he wrote, I have nothing to say. In front of me is a pencil case. Next to me is a sharpener. I am hungry. I didn't eat breakfast. It's almost poetic in how simple it is and how there's so little information and almost so much. You just can get so much of him from that.
Sounds like Hemingway.
And then
I woke up. It was cold. There was a breeze. I was chilly. I went outside. I killed a goat.
Yeah. And then he always goes into his dreams, which are always poetic. I dreamt that my old teacher suddenly chucked me out of the classroom and I was alone. And there's so much of him and London in his dreams, which makes me very emotional because it's obviously such a big deal for him still, this move. And I'm really glad that he's had this time to decompress and kind of, recover almost from the move and prepare for secondary school.
Yeah.
I think it's been really good for him.
Good.
And in the same way, I'm glad that this pause in my, it isn't a career pause because my career's been on pause for so long. But
all right, we've done enough of that. We've done enough.
Has made me really discover what I would like to do again.
Yeah,
which is good. Yeah.
And what's that? Have another baby.
Get pregnant ASAP.
Yeah.
No, it's not. This is why I'm reading the book.
Yeah.
Because
you swing quite wildly from one side to the other reading this book. Sometimes you come out of this book having just read a little bit and go, okay, well, I don't think I need another. I think it's like, I've read this bit and I don't need a baby. And then you read another bit and go, I'm desperate to have a baby. And quite a lot of the time at the moment you are desperate to have a baby. And it is something that comes up in conversation
daily.
And when you're wanting a baby, I always obviously I'm reluctant because of its the new baby's life-ruining properties. But there is in that and your knowledge of the baby's life-ruining properties, the need to compromise with me on something that I might want. So I know when you want a baby, if I acquiesce to the request for baby, then there is very little that I couldn't get that I want.
You would get the world. If you gave me another baby, I would.
I know.
You'd be able to fuck anyone you
wanted.
No,
but I don't want to do that.
You would get an office
anymore. I can get an office. It's fine. I don't need to. Those things aren't. It's about
You'd be able to smoke so much weed.
Yeah, that's right. without any fear of reproach from you. I could be high. I could start doing wake and bake.
The problem is, though, almost the fact that you don't want for that much at the moment because you're quite content means that I have less chance because there's not much I could.
No,
buy.
I like my life and our family the way that it is.
So do I.
Ish.
So do I. I wish we didn't have an extra ridgeback downstairs right now, but you know.
What's the extra ridgeback that we've got downstairs causing? What problem is it causing you?
Just a bit more dog hair on my fucking leggings. There's just so much more dog hair this morning on me, and I don't like dog hair.
Bollocks! Is there more dog hair on you? It's hardly even. That is just rubbish.
I have handled the dog hair well, to be fair to me.
Yeah.
And they're gross. Sorry, they are a bit gross.
What, dogs?
Yeah, they're a bit gross.
Yeah, but I think you're a bit gross.
You're a bit gross.
Yeah, I am a bit gross.
I know.
So what's the problem?
No, I know. I've handled it well.
Do you know what else are gross?
Babies.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. I think it is funny that this is the only book that I've ever called you up and read to you over the phone. The other day I was in the car and I didn't purposely, I was in the middle of something. I parked because I have to read this to Alfie right now.
It was very sweet.
You were very sweet about it. Should I try and find the bit?
I thought you'd have it prepped.
Shut
You not have that page folded down?
Shut up. You keep talking.
Do you have the page folded down? You've got a lot of pages folded down.
Yeah, I do. I do have it. This. Okay. Shall I read this?
Yeah.
Do you think this is going to be a really boring episode?
I don't know.
Okay. Shall I read this whole bit?
Yeah.
This is good practice. I'm doing an audiobook this week. Maybe raising children really is a thankless task. Maybe there's no reason to thank someone for putting their energies into a human who did not need to be born. Then should we be trying to work against this impulse, as Miles, who's her husband, said, pass through our childbearing years without bearing a child, no matter how much we might desire it, but to selflessly and with all our might do whatever we can to avoid it, to find our value and greatness in some place apart from mothering, as a man must find his worth and greatness in some place apart from domination and violence. And the more women and men who do this, the better off the world will be. Miles said we value warring and dominating men the same way we revere the mother. The egoism of childbearing is like the egoism of colonizing a country. Both carry the wish of imprinting yourself on the world and making it over with your values and in your image. How assaulted I feel when I hear that a person has had 3 children, 4, 5, more. It feels greedy, overbearing and rude, an arrogant spreading of those selves. Yet perhaps I am not so different from such people, spreading myself over so many pages, with my dream of my pages spreading over the world. My religious cousin, who is the same age as I am, has 6 kids, and I have 6 books. Maybe there is no great difference between us, just the slightest difference in our faith, in what parts of ourselves we feel called to spread. I just found that really, interesting. Obviously, I have kids, so I have spread.
Yeah, and you're an artist. So that's a lot of spread for one person.
It's too much spread. And I think that's my crisis, is I'm spread too thin.
Yes.
And I've broken.
Yes.
And now I don't know what I want to spread.
No, you don't know what bit of what you've spread to focus on. Now what you need to do is you need to collect the spread. Maybe you could get a bench scraper and get all the spread up into one and just move the spread into one area of your life. Move yourself. You are the thing that has been spread. So you're spread across the surface. We can scrape you up with a bench scraper and move you into the area that you want to focus on. Now, the thing is that the area that you want to focus on sort of has to be the children because they otherwise they'll be abandoned. I mean, I could spread myself into the area of the children, but
yeah, I want to be here as much as possible. But I think for so long, my work was so almost about the kids. And now I'm actively trying to make my work separate. So that's why the other day I went and deleted, evidence of them in the last 6 months online. And that type of thing. So I thought I need to be have this career separate from me as a mother, but that renders me kind of useless. And because I'm in the middle, I'm not a career woman, and I'm not then, obviously a mother figure.
Yeah, you're spread too thin.
Yeah, it's really, men have it a lot easier because they don't give a shit.
So, to find our value and greatness in some place apart from mothering, as a man must find his worth and greatness in some place apart from domination and violence. So what she does there is she equates the female need to procreate with the male need to dominate and be violent. Fair or unfair, who knows? But men have it so much easier. I would say if you accept her thesis that men are driven. If you look at like those dogs downstairs, they've got a purpose, which is to follow alongside somebody on horseback and then kind of corner a lion and wait for the person with the gun to shoot it. That's what it was bred to do, and therefore that's where it finds its purpose. And your purpose to procreate, mine to dominate and be violent, apparently. So is it not therefore that it's harder for men because our need to dominate and be violent is less socially acceptable than your need to procreate?
Yeah, that's very fair. I think she means kind of historically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Historically, both. Like, but it is what she's saying, isn't it?
Yeah, but then it's also historically women who have kids and then stop working.
Yeah.
Or they have kids and that's all they do.
Yeah, but that's still an acceptable thing to do.
But
dominate and be violent isn't. Or not saying it doesn't happen.
But for an artist, it's completely impossible because if I can't earn money.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one or the other. You either choose a career or you choose babies. And so for women who choose babies and a career,
yeah,
you're in this, I mean, I think it's a lot harder. Men can have babies and not feel that pull, I think, to be at home the whole time and to I mean, you can work very happily. You can go away for days and not feel this pain when you're away.
So can some mothers.
Definitely. I know. I do know that. I also I must be just very weak, or I don't know.
Emotionally?
Very, very weak.
Do you mean emotionally?
Maybe I'm being self-deprecating or choosing to kind of attack myself there. I don't think I'm weak for wanting to be with the kids as much as I can and for wanting to be. I think whenever I hear things like they're going to go on and have their own independent lives, you need to set them up to be independent of you, and they're going to have their own thoughts and their own lives, and I do find that painful. And I guess that's arguably what I haven't done with my mum. Like I'm
still manacled to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, so why is that? Because you just want them for yourself and you want to be the same. You want our family to be closely knit and constantly together, and you want us all to be each other's best friend.
Yeah. And I think that's entirely possible. I think that we have a really great, strong unit, but I also know that I am, when after I dropped Donnie at the school and then I dropped Becca at nursery, even though he really didn't want to go. And for a second I was like, yeah, you don't need to go. You don't need to go. You don't need to go ever again. I was alone. And I just, you were uncontactable because you were in London. And I just sat there in the coffee shop, honestly having this epic silent breakdown that wouldn't have been obvious to anyone in Bold Street Coffee. But I just wrote and wrote and wrote just how I was feeling, and it was just complete garbage and mess. But that is, I need to go through that because I know that I need to have this independence. I know I need to get stronger and be able to work again, and I need to make money, and I need to find a way of not needing to have a baby with me the whole time. I know that is a lacking within me. But I think that's why this book is really good for me to read, because it is all about that decision.
Without wanting to fill up everybody's before we break up again bingo card too early, is this a grief thing? Do you think that you need to be? Do you think if you hadn't gone through that you'd still need constantly to be with a kid?
I don't know. I know I was able, like Donnie went to nursery full time.
Yeah.
And I was fine with that, more
Yeah.
or less. And
Yeah.
Margot went, I mean, COVID interrupted her nursery time, but and then Ben died shortly while she was at nursery. I don't know.
Seems like it, doesn't it? If you're gonna, the way that you've just described everything, it does feel like that is the case.
I just don't know. I don't think so. I think I had something missing always.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you filled that up. And I'm like hopelessly dependent on you.
Yeah.
Like
That's the song we should have done from Greece.
hopelessly.
Hopelessly dependent on do 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 do. Bam.
It's awful. It's really awful. I do need to sort it out, and I will.
You could do a covers album. All the ladies who codependent, throw your hands up at me. All the ladies.
It's so funny because for years, whenever you said that I was codependent, I'd be like, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not.
Let's just dial that back for 1 second before we let that just linger in everybody's brain. I used to say that you were codependent all the time. False. It was a mutual friend of ours who diagnosed your codependence. I don't really know or didn't know
Who?
I'm
Who's
not
that?
doing that now. I'm not doing.
I hate them.
Yeah. And I'm not going to. We did a whole episode about codependency without fully really looking up what codependency, because codependency being one of these words that is like, see, it's post 2015 usage seems to have skyrocketed. And before that, it was only really used in, it had quite a pinned down definition. And now it's like become how everybody says gaslighting when they mean lying, including you and people in the comments when I said I lied to you about my drinking. I wasn't gaslighting you about my drinking. I wasn't saying, you've gone mad. You're not, gaslighting and lying are not the same thing. Disabuse yourselves of that idea.
I think it's more fun to not know what gaslighting means and just to say it all the time.
Fucking people. And the codependency, like, I don't call you codependent. I don't really use the word codependent. And I also don't level accusations of pathological mental instability at you with regard to the various ways in which you behave. I don't do that.
No, you don't. You're very good.
Thank you. I don't even think I'm very good. I just don't do the bad thing.
No.
Which is what I was just accused of doing.
Yeah, you're so weird. You're so kind of fine. You're so strong, and you've just got such a good sense of self, and you can be with yourself and sit with feelings, and you're not indulgent of them, and you don't. It's so annoying.
Yeah, but I do have like substance dependency problems.
And bipolar, I guess. Although your bipolar is quite fun. I love you. I quite enjoy it.
Mm.
Sometimes when you're really up, I'm like, I can't wait for him to be down again. Fucking hell.
And what, today I've had a bit of a down day.
Yeah, but you've. I don't know why you've had. It's because all you need to be content is just a couple of hours of solitude a day.
Oh, I really need solitude. I really, 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 really need solitude. I really need to be by myself. And oh my God, if I don't have that, my brain starts to short circuit, and there's just and every question I get asked becomes an attack. Everything that anybody says to me is nails down a chalkboard of my soul. I cannot, and it's so unfair. And the kids will ask me a question. It'll be really well-meaning, curious, beautiful, gorgeous, childlike, wide-eyed, asking about the world, daddy question. I'll go, fucking what? Don't know. Jesus Christ. And I wish I wasn't like that. So you can say, oh, well done on your, you're so balanced, you're so normal. Like, if I don't get my time where my brain can I can have it like irrigate itself of all the stuffed up feelings that I've got, I just short circuit and become incredibly curt.
See, the thing is, I need that too, but I can get it all out, the irrigation thing, within 5 minutes. If I have 5 minutes to write something down, then I feel like, okay, where are the babies? Where are the babies? I need the babies. I just need someone on me the whole time. I mean,
I
it
suppose
was
that's
tragic.
probably why I'm quite a good boyfriend, is because I'm always on you.
When
I'm always pestering you and
I
physically
know.
interacting with you
I know.
and smacking your bum.
I
Even
know.
at the posh school last night.
I know, it was slightly embarrassing. I did think, oh God, did people think we were really attention seeking?
No, I just like playing a little grab ass, especially at school. Or when
I did worry for a second. I thought, he's going to say something. He's going to say something.
I was thinking about funny and mischievous things that I could do. All I want to do when I go into a school is break the rules and cause a scene and get a laugh. And I cannot believe that I'm nearly 40 and that desire to fuck up a school has not left me, and to like find logical incoherent, like religious studies. They're doing religious studies. I think I wanted to have a go at something about. I wanted to. I mean I was so keen to spill out all of my pedagogical, how do you say that word, opinions on the curriculum and, you know, that handsome teacher that you fancied. I wanted to.
I did feel like I was at a concert.
I was really surprised by that because
when he was doing the talk, whenever he made eye contact with me, I was like, he looked at me. He looked at me.
He didn't strike me as your type.
He's not my type, but there was no way he was fit.
Yeah, no, I know. Of course he was.
Yeah.
I thought he was. I would have thought that he was one of those guys that I would have gone, he was attractive, wasn't he? And then you would have gone, no, he had no top lip.
I like men who are kind of a bit keen. They're just keen to impress, and he was so keen to impress. Anyway, it's not fair to dissect the teachers just in case. I mean, a couple of parents did recognize us there, and it was excruciating because I thought, oh, they mentioned Hogwarts about 5 times. Every school, why do they have to mention Hogwarts the whole time?
Hogwarts is one of those names, like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, that if you were writing a children's book and you said, I've got the school name, I'm going to call it Hogwarts, I would go, that's shit.
I think the Red Hot Chili Peppers is a great name.
The Red Hot, if somebody, again, it's like if somebody, the Beatles is pretty bad, but we're spelling it beat, as in like a music beat. That's crap. The Beatles is a crap name. The Red Hot Chili Peppers, fine. There's a, one for, your own tastes.
I do feel this sadness that it does feel like we're sending them away to prison with school. I do feel like, oh God, think how much you go through in year 7, 8, and 9. I remember within the first term, I learned about sex, suicide, drugs. I didn't obviously do all of them.
I know.
But they're gonna just, their whole world and minds are gonna be opened up, and they're gonna be exposed to so much. Just
this is the end of the innocence, as Don Henley said.
I just can't bear it. And I said to him yesterday, I was like, because he's missed sex education like I did. I missed sex education at school. And I said to him, look, you are missing that. They're doing it right now at school because you're being homeschooled. You're missing that. So, and he was like, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I was like, yeah, but I feel like...
me and Daddy have done this video for you. You might not want to watch it with us.
I said, I do think that we should just maybe talk about it just to clarify, what actually happens. He was like, I don't need to know.
Maybe we should get him to read that radical feminist blog post that I like. Penis and vagina sex is always rape. Okay. That's a real... I tried to look for it the other day. I think it's been taken down, but there was a real... in early internet blog posting, I think it's like a bloggerdy one. Penis and vagina sex is always rape. Okay. I think okay is so funny. Okay. Okay. Penis and vagina sex is always rape. It's like there's a lyric in JME, where I think it's really funny.
What's JME?
He's a rapper,
Oh, right.
and
I don't know anything.
he says, "Say my name, JME," and it's the way I picture it is like he said, "Say my name," and the person's gone, "I don't know it." Oh, sorry, JME. Say my name. It's JME, by the way. There's a nice humility to it.
Okay. You can't go away again because
I want to go away. I'm going away.
I need to go away on my own. I think that's going to be a very good thing for me to do.
I've got a show to write, so I need to go.
I have a show to write
but
too.
I have a more urgent show to write.
Yeah, true.
Because you're doing a work in progress and I'm doing a finished show.
Yeah, and also I don't. Yeah, I do need to go. I think going away. I don't know if I'm going to go and write my show, but I want to just go away just to prove I can. I think. Whereas you go away because you need to. I don't know if I can be away.
Yeah.
But whenever you go away, I go into these holes. Like I don't usually go on social media or look or doom scroll or get into these, holes. But whenever you are away, I end up spending like 3 hours on YouTube in bed just looking at complete crap that I would never do if you were with me because I'm too ashamed. But while you're away, I did like this deep dive on Alec Baldwin because we're watching 30 Rock and the kids love it. And then I started getting curious about Alec Baldwin after the thing happened where he accidentally killed someone. And then I got into this thing about his wife, Hilaria, and I know everything now about his wife.
Yeah.
And I don't need to, I could be spending my time when you're away doing things for myself and writing.
You
or
did
reading.
do something for yourself. You learned about the Baldwins.
I learned about Hilaria Baldwin, aka Hillary. She's not Spanish. Apparently, she hasn't had 7 kids. She's got 7 kids, but she's faked pregnancies for 6 of them.
So she's like a Hispanic Rachel Dolezal.
Who's that?
She's the white woman who said, "I'm black. I'm black," and like through some mechanism of expensive hairdresser appointments and maybe fairly offensive makeup choices, she managed to she went, "Oh yeah, I'm black," and then everybody went, "No, you're not."
Yeah, that's basically what Hilaria did.
Yeah,
she looks completely different to how she did 20 years ago.
yeah.
And but she's got found out because her family have wrote things saying we're from Boston. We went to holiday in Spain, but we're from Boston. And also Spanish people have commented that her accent goes in and, Spanish people don't say Spanish words in a certain accent, or she basically just got massively found out. And then with the pregnancies, it's clear that she stuffed something up there, allegedly. But then in one of the photos, there's she's forgot to edit in the bump and has left the line in for the fake bump where the editing line. I mean, it's so funny. It's just why do I get obsessed with things that aren't even current? No one gives a shit about that now. It's not,
because that's the beauty of the internet. It's everything, and that you can find out.
It is quite nice to do that because I don't really spend any time I don't really waste any time. So it's quite a thrill for me to sometimes just waste time. But that is also bad because it shows that any time that I'm not with you or the kids, I feel is wasted time. When actually it should be like really useful. Like I should be feeling excited about that time.
Yeah, you don't, and I have this as well. I like how, again, in the existential crisis I had when I was deciding whether to buy the new Football Manager game when it was released in whenever it was, November, and I thought, but am I going to be happy with it as a use of my life? But having to think about these small things that we do as pastimes, I find the term pastime incredibly depressing because it's like, oh, what? Like this, the miracle of human life, the majesty of existence, each moment a gift from the universe to be space stuff that can recognize itself and experience things, and a way for the universe to know itself. We are part of this most rare and incredible gift. Our being here far more unlikely than winning the lottery. We are all already Euro Millions winners just by the very dint of being here. And now with this time that we've got on this planet, in this universe, I'm going to pass time by simulating trying to take Scarborough to the Premier League in a non-real world. When there is so much real world to enjoy and so much humanity and thought and ideas to it. But then at the same time, am I overthinking everything that I do with this incredible, my desire for everything to be maximally joyful and resonant actually means that I can't ever enjoy anything because I'm too busy focused on, it's almost a religious thing. Like I always found these people who wander around the streets going, can I talk to you about God or some bullshit, please? And I think, what a waste of time. God, if it exists, has given you this life. And what you're doing is just saying thank you for it the whole time. It's like, imagine if we bought the kids bikes for Christmas and they never rode them. All they did was thank us for them. Just get on the fucking bike and go around the park.
I accidentally was walking in the park the other day and there were 3 women in front of one of those things where you get leaflets about God. So they were just standing there. But usually the people there are trying to engage in conversation with people walking by to try and talk to them about God. But so I was like, well, we're just going to walk past them. But 10, so sweet. He's like, Mummy, can I get one of those? And he just walked up very sweetly to the women. I said, can I have one of these leaflets? All stuff like see the light, end hopelessness, with these big words on. And he chose something about hopelessness.
Mm.
And the ladies were like, oh, yes, of course you can have one. And then I thought, I had to then say thank you. And I think because I had them with me, the kids, I looked religious because there were so many of them.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were like, and so are these all yours? And I said, yeah. And then the woman, they clearly hadn't talked to anyone in hours. They'd just been standing there. And so I felt like I needed to kind of, have a conversation. And she was like, oh, I came from a big family too.
Yeah,
and
no shit.
I think it's just amazing. And I was like, yes, I think so too. I'd love to have more. And you can see their eyes wide and be like, we've got her. And then she was so thrilled with the chat. She breathed in a bit too hard and obviously some dust or something went to the back of her throat.
Swallowed a bit of saliva.
And then she started coughing and she couldn't stop coughing, but she was trying desperately to keep up the conversation. And I felt so bad. I was like, it's okay, you can just cough. I'll stay here until you finish the coughing. And the kids were just like, okay, we just wanted a leaflet. We didn't really want this chat. And then she just kept coughing and then she couldn't really keep talking. And I felt so bad. So I'd say, okay, thank you so much. Have a nice day. And then the kids kept saying, have a lovely day. Have a lovely day. And we walked away. And then we got 5 minutes down the road and we realised that Ten had lost his sunglasses. So then we had to come back and they saw us again. And then we had the same thing like, have a lovely day. Have a lovely day. It was just such a sweet, pure interchange. And it was so much pressure on it because I was like, I'm not religious. I've just fooled you into thinking that I'm going to...
And these are the Jehovah's Witnesses that stand, who believe... Do the Jehovah's Witnesses believe that the Bible is literal?
I don't know.
That the world is only a certain amount old and it started with Adam and Eve and then there was a snake in the garden and Adam and Cain and then...
Is this when your dad invited the Jehovah's Witnesses
Cain
in?
killed... Yeah.
And he asked them to explain everything?
Yeah.
In the kitchen?
Yeah.
That's so funny. That's so funny that your dad did that.
Yeah.
My mum used to, when they were at the door, would pretend she didn't speak English and would pretend she was mad. So she would go,
The morning...
and scare them off.
The morning after my dad died, I was on the streets of Bath and there were religious people on the street going, "Do you want to learn about God? Do you want to learn about God?" And this kid must have been about 25, wearing one of his Jehovah's, like the suits that they wear, the suits of God. And he came out, "Do you want to learn about God?" And I leant into him and I said, "I want you to remember my face. If you ever see me walking around here again, you never, ever talk to me about God. Do you understand?"
Oh my God, Alfie.
And he went, "Yeah, yeah." And
Oh no.
yeah, it's bad, isn't it?
It is bad, but you were grieving. You were in shock.
And also, fuck off, you lunatics. I mean, I would say that.
Whenever
Stop
the
trying to do your whole shilling God pyramid scheme bullshit, especially not when if you're a Jehovah's Witness and you believe that so he genuinely did look back on the Sodom and get turned into a pillar of salt. You're mad. You're all mad. And I absolutely refuse to engage with the idea that we need to respect anybody's religion.
Okay. I'll stay out of that one. Whenever charity workers on the street kind of try and get me to speak to them, when I've got the kids with me and I'm clearly in a rush, I always say, "Of course not. Like, of course not. Like, don't stop a busy woman. Like, I'm sorry. I know that it's great to give to charity, but like I'm clearly extremely stressed."
Don't stop a busy woman.
We do need to give to charity though.
I do give to charity.
What do you give to?
Amnesty Internet. ActionAid.
Oh, that's amazing.
Which I actually think is a Christian one, weirdly. But yeah. And there's something else I give to because I don't know how to turn it off.
Oh, okay.
I think it's to do with heart disease because I figure that one is coming for me.
Don't say that.
Well, it's just I figure that's how I'm going to... Which is I don't want to. I don't want to die of a heart attack.
My grandpa died of a heart attack.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be like, "Hey, do you want to go to Starbucks?" Oh, no. I want
No, I couldn't.
I want to have an illness.
I think it's suicide for me. Yeah. Yeah. One day.
Yeah, one day.
Like when I'm, like to really just shock everyone. You know, when I'm like 90. Like, why did she kill herself? She was going to die anyway.
Can we try both make it to 90? And then when you turn 90 on May the 5th, 2000 and...
Whatever.
Should we work it out?
No.
Because it'll be eerily soon.
Shut up.
It'll feel in the terms
God.
of like what the year would be. It'll feel soon.
I mean, I would like to die shortly after you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to live if you're not here.
So in 2076.
27.
2076.
Fucking hell. That's the other thing about this book. It explains if I'm doing my bit for mankind today by not having children because of the carbon footprint. But then I thought, so the woman I'm obsessed with who has 5 kids.
What's her name? Tara Palmer Tompkinson.
Teresa Palmer.
That's the one.
That's the Motherhood podcast that I listen to. It's fine, but I'm just obsessed with her and her podcast host and their lives because they just seem so like good and happy and they're positive people and they believe in manifestation. She's got 5 kids. Anyway, I was thinking, how does she get away with having 5 kids? Well, if we have 5 kids, we would people would hate us if I had another baby. Because of the carbon, people would be like, you're just fucking indulging yourself and killing the environment with your children and nappies and waste. But then I think of all the people who fly. We don't fly. So I was thinking, I'll look that up. So I looked up how much having a child would be carbon footprint compared to flights. This is all while you're away. And a child is such a bigger carbon footprint than flying. So I don't have a leg to stand on.
Right.
Like 3 times bigger. But then I think, if you fly loads, like Teresa, she's flying from Australia to America, to Australia, to Canada, to Australia, to America. Their carbon footprint plus 5 kids. But they're vegan. So that's her thing. That's her get out of jail thing. I can have 5 kids. I'm vegan. Yes, I fly all the time. I'm vegan.
Yeah, but we don't eat meat.
We don't really eat meat. The kids do.
The kids eat meat.
But
the dog does.
Yeah, the kids and the dog eat meat. The dog was recently vegan though, so we did have a leg, but I just couldn't. That's too many shits in a day.
His digestive system didn't like the insects, so he wasn't really actually vegan. But who cares about black fly larvae or whatever it is?
So we do our bit by not flying. But that is the only concession we have, really.
Yeah, and it's not a concession. It's a thing that we can't afford to do because we've got so many children. And if we didn't have children, we'd be flying everywhere all the time, going on city breaks and having great coffee and pastry and sex.
But that's all coming
reading.
now. Now, if we don't have another baby, we got that in our future.
Yeah,
we do. We won't be having another baby. I know we won't, and that's okay.
I know we won't.
No, but you don't. No, you said that I could if I wanted one.
You can if you want one, but I think you'll make the right choice.
I am, but that's why I chose the fucking antidepressant. Day 8.
How you feeling?
Day 9.
I tell you, I've got a good read on how you're feeling.
Yeah?
Yeah. Do you remember the conversation we had last night when we went for dinner?
No, I have no recollection.
Okay. You said that you thought that Dua Lipa was brilliant.
Oh, I did. I was positive.
You said that you'd listened to her podcast and she's so intelligent. You saw her give a speech at the Man Booker or something like that.
Yeah, so I did another deep dive on Dua Lipa while you're away.
Yeah. And she came off a lot better than Ilaria, didn't she?
Dua Lipa is fucking incredible. Sorry. She's amazing. So bright, so eloquent, so pretty, so cool. And she loves books and is so good at talking about them and has just opened a library for banned books.
Yeah.
I mean, incredible.
Yeah. Now you know where to go if you want to get Mein Kampf.
And she's married to Callum Turner.
Not sure if that was...
I don't know what's Mein Kampf?
That's Hitler's book.
Oh, right. Okay. I don't think she's going to be promoting that one.
It's a banned book.
I don't
actually even think it is banned. My Struggle, that was the joke of Carlo Knausgaard calling his book about his life My Struggle, because it's like a joke about Hitler's struggle was the struggle of Germany being destroyed by the post-World War I kind of League of Nations sanction implementations, etc. And his was just about him finding family life a bit difficult.
I really want to read that one. Do we have that?
The Hitler one or the Knausgaard one? Which struggle? So
the Knausgaard one.
My Struggle was translated like it's called My Struggle, but in Norwegian, except in Germany where it's not called My Struggle because that would be called Mein Kampf.
Okay.
But yes, it is brilliant. 3 of them anyway. The only 3 I've read.
And you have it.
I've only got the 3 I've read.
Okay, cool. I want to read that. That's what
In fact, I think I've only got 2 now. I lost one, as I always lose books when I'm reading them.
Yeah, I did have a positive thought. I didn't have a bitter I hate everyone thought last night, which is great. So the light is coming in.
And I think it's so much better a place to be when you open yourself up to the possibility of things being good.
And I called my sister today.
And you called your sister
and
today?
I've had more calls on the I spoke to a friend on the phone twice this week. I never am open to phone calls. I cannot bear phone calls. But that is another sign that I'm opening up because I was like, no, I need to speak on the phone. No, they need to speak on the phone. I'll speak on the phone. And also I've sent emails that I wouldn't have sent. I've even like invoices, which usually freak me out.
Yeah.
They freak me out. Opening my banking app freaks me out where I've done all of those things. So it has made me more able, it's made me more resilient and able to attack tasks better.
Yeah. And it's only 8 days, so you shouldn't really be feeling any different.
Yeah, but I'm very susceptible to things. No, I am, Alfie. Shut up. It's because I'm such a gaunt little woman. I'm so tiny.
Yeah.
Everything affects me so much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very pure. Like everything is just, any medication just affects me immediately. You know that about me.
Yeah.
Sertraline, day 1, suicidal. Day 6, fucking gone. So this one, I have high hopes for.
Yeah.
No side effects whatsoever. No side effects. Isn't that amazing?
Other than the hair loss.
I haven't had any hair loss. Fuck off.
Oh.
And I haven't, and because I've got my pedometer,
Mm-hmm.
I haven't gained any weight yet. We need to go before I become unhinged about my pedometer.
It's how much did it cost?
£35.
Really?
Yeah.
Same as my watch.
Really?
Mm.
It's got it can't do anything apart from tell you the steps and the time.
And how many steps have you done today?
Guess. It's 2:48. Fucking hell, is it 2:48?
Mm-hmm.
How can it be pickup already?
It can't. It's not. It's not 2:48.
It's 2:48.
It isn't 2:48. It is 2:48.
Right, okay. We've accomplished nothing in our lives.
Well, we're doing a podcast, aren't we? Our hit podcast.
Yeah, I've done 11,414.
Really? Mm-hmm. Already?
I think this isn't that accurate. I could go for a run, though. I ran all the way to the river and back. Thought about jumping in, didn't.
Well done.
The antidepressants are working.
Yeah, because before you were always jumping in the Mersey, weren't you? Where's Jessie? She's in the Mersey again because she hasn't had enough citalopram. Get Jessie some citalopram. She's jumped in the Mersey again. Where's Jessie? She swam to Birkenhead again. She jumped in the Mersey.
She jumped in, immediately regretted it, realised how lucky and privileged she is in her life. When she came back, she had to swim to the Wirral, but she's on her way back now. She got an Uber.
Do you think you'd like to come to the Mersey River cold plunge and jump in the Mersey?
Absolutely not. Why would I do that? Think how dirty it is.
Dirty. But that bit's been sort of cleaned out so it can be...
Sure.
You don't have to go in the Mersey. You could go in one of the baths and then get in the sauna. No,
I'm not doing that. No. I'm not getting in any water. I don't know what's in the water. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
So what water are you getting in?
A bath?
Mm-hmm. Swimming pool?
Yeah, I'll get in a swimming pool. Yeah, swimming's going to become a big part of my life in September.
Okay.
Yeah, because I got that tattoo and I haven't been swimming. I've been swimming about twice since I got my swimming tattoo.
Is that why you got that tattoo?
Yeah, to remind me to swim or drown. Okay, that's
Is that a picture of you in the Mersey?
No, that's me just in a Baywatch swimming costume deciding whether or not I'm going to drown. Yeah.
It's nice, isn't it, that
It's
tattoo?
nice. Thank you. She did the hand bad, but that was because it was about probably her first tattoo she'd ever done.
She wasn't the most experienced tattoo artist, I don't think.
Sorry to be referencing suicide so much, everybody. It's just the antidepressants kicking in. Does make me think a lot more.
All right, should we end the podcast?
Yeah, let's go for it. And end away.